Recently, I've received a number of questions and comments about cancer and disability, so I've decided to make a video on the topic. Hello, I'm John Foster. I'm a medical doctor who does Social Security disability exams. I've done over 1,500, and as usual, everything I say reflects my own opinions based on my own experience and study, and not the opinions of the Social Security Administration or any other medical body. Now, cancer is a very complex topic, and I am not a cancer specialist. If you are diagnosed with cancer, I recommend you consult with a cancer specialist, which is called an oncologist. But to begin with, I'm going to have to go over the basics and some definitions. First of all, a tumor is an abnormal growth. Some part of the body has grown and developed a lump or bump or swelling. Tumors are divided into benign tumors and malignant tumors. Benign tumors are not cancer and are almost always harmless. They usually can be easily removed and don't spread. Malignant tumors are cancer. They usually are dangerous and can spread. When it comes to cancer and spread, we separate cancers into localized. The cancer is only growing in the place where it began. For example, for breast cancer, that would mean there is only a cancer in the breast. It has not spread anywhere else. For colon cancer, that would be only a cancer growing in the lining of the colon. Then there is locally invasive. The cancer has spread through the organ where it began into nearby structures. For example, a cancer of the breast could spread into a rib underneath the breast, or a cancer of the colon could spread through the lining of the colon into the nearby small intestine. Then there is metastatic. That is cancer that has spread out of the organ where it began, either through the blood or through lymph channels. And we divide metastatic cancer into regional metastases. The cancer has spread to the nearby areas where the blood or lymph flows. For example, in the breast, the lymph flows to lymph glands in the armpit. So if you had a cancer of the left breast and some of the cancer was in the lymph glands in the left armpit, that would be regional metastases. And then there are distant metastases. That's where the cancer has spread far from the organ where it began. For example, a cancer in the breast that had spread to the brain, or a cancer of the colon that had spread to the lung. And generally, distant cancer with distant metastases is not curable. There are exceptions. For example, carcinoma of the testicle cancer with distant metastases is often curable. Also, choriocarcinoma, carcinoma of the placenta or afterbirth that is spread far from the region, is often curable. But most cancers that have spread far from their local area are not curable. And whether a cancer is curable or not makes a big difference for Social Security disability. Next, the various treatments for cancer. They are, first of all, surgery to remove the cancerous tissue or organ, radiation therapy, which basically burns the cancer and kills it by burning, chemotherapy, which basically poisons the cancer, immunotherapy, which is drug therapy, which stimulates the body's immune system to kill the cancer, and hormonal therapy. Some cancers rely on hormones to grow, and if you can stop or change the hormones in the body, the cancer won't grow. For example, some, but not all, breast cancer is stimulated to grow by the female hormone estrogen. So drugs such as tamoxifen are given, which stops the woman from producing estrogen and therefore stops the cancer from growing. When it comes to surgery, cancer is divided into resectable or unresectable. Resectable means that the surgeon believes that they can remove all the cancer. Unresectable means that for whatever technical reason, either the cancer is spread or it's in a tissue like the heart where removing it would kill the patient, the surgeon simply cannot remove all the cancer. Most unresectable cancers automatically qualify for Social Security disability, regardless of work-related limitations of the patient. The final thing is, sometimes it will be thought that a cancer has been cured. For example, a surgeon will have thought that they have removed all the cancer. But at the time the operation was done, there were tiny little metastases, tiny areas of spread, too small to be seen or detected. And after the operation or therapy, they will begin to grow, and the cancer is said to be recurrent. And almost all recurrent cancers are not curable, and almost all recurrent cancers will automatically qualify for Social Security disability. So if a cancer is diagnosed and it's unresectable, or there are distant metastases with a few exceptions, or an attempt is made to cure the cancer but it comes back, it's recurrent. In most cases, the person will qualify for Social Security, again, without having to prove any work-related limitations. The only thing that has to be proven is the diagnosis of cancer. Now, it's a little bit confusing how Social Security approves those cancers, because there are two separate ways to get approval. One is called compassionate allowances. Certain cancers are approved under a program that Social Security has called compassionate allowances, which is approval for diagnoses that are very bad. For example, pancreatic cancer and a type of brain cancer called glioblastoma multiforme will be approved under compassionate allowances. The other way cancer can be approved without having to prove any work-related limitations is through what's called TERI cases. TERI stands for terminal illness. And most cancers that are unresectable, recurrent, or have distant metastases will be approved as a TERI case. The thing to know about TERI cases is that you must notify Social Security that you believe you have a TERI case, and if you agree, you will get expedited approval. You will go to the head of the line to be approved for disability. I'm going to include links to the TERI case listings and to the compassionate allowance listings in the description to this video below. They're a little bit complicated. You might want to get your doctor to help you to see if you qualify by either of those two methods. Now, what about people who are diagnosed with cancer, undergo therapy, and are cured? Well, the thing is, to qualify for Social Security disability, your condition has to be present or be expected to be present for at least 12 months. For most curable cancer cases, the treatment can be very unpleasant and very disabling. For example, chemotherapy often produces problems such as vomiting, diarrhea, susceptibility to infection, hair loss, but the treatment is usually finished in less than 12 months. In other words, you may go through hell to be cured of your cancer, but you'll be pretty much recovered in less than 12 months, and therefore, under the current regulations, you will not qualify for Social Security disability. It is possible to qualify, but in that case, you must prove that you have work-related limitations that have lasted or are expected to last for 12 months or longer. And sometimes, even in a case where the cancer has been cured, these sorts of limitations can be present. For example, unhealing wounds. I've seen several people who had cancer therapy, and because of the effects of radiation, which really makes it hard for wounds to heal, more than 12 months after their surgery, their wounds hadn't healed. And that presents work-related limitations, such as the need to keep the wound clean and dry. The next thing is destructive surgery. To remove the cancer, the surgeon may have had to destroy body parts that limit your work-related abilities. For example, in retinoblastoma, a cancer inside the eyeball itself has to be removed to remove the cancer. Another problem is incontinence. Sometimes treatment for cancer will leave the person unable to control their urine or bowel or both. For example, last year I saw a person who'd been treated for rectal cancer and was cured, but was left permanently wearing diapers and couldn't control his bowel movements. Final thing that I've seen is brain damage from treatment for brain cancer, and specifically radiation therapy for brain cancer. Radiation therapy cures by burning, and it can cure a brain cancer, but at the same time cause permanent brain damage. And I've seen folks who have permanent problems with their thinking and memory as a result of radiation therapy that cured their brain cancer. Well, I hope this has been helpful, and as always, remember, if it happens, it's possible.